Didn't she give one of them away to be with Negs? Like, who does that?
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you. Hello, my love. I see my love is in chat. Good to see you as always. Hello, community. It's nice to see you. So today, I am going to be discussing an individual who has been trying and trying and trying and trying for weeks to get my attention. So since he's been trying so hard, and we all love a trier, I thought, okay, fine. Here's the attention you ordered, Russ.
Yeah.
So we're going to give him a little bit of attention today. It is not something that I was particularly interested in doing until he decided to push the envelope and be a giant asshole.
Oh no.
So
How
here
did
we
I
are.
do that?
All right. So this illusionist Russ character is someone who popped up in Hussey's community and started simping really hard and trying very, very hard to get Hussey's attention. My understanding is
Hussey.
that he has made a similar attempt in other communities. I didn't bother to go check out which communities those would be because, like I said, he is an irrelevant nobody, a non-entity who lives for attention and drama.
For very much longer, I can assure
and
you that.
So why would I even bother to spend a...
She's so loud I can't hear you over her. What did you say?
Huh?
I said she's so loud I can't hear you over her. What did you say?
She said he is a non-entity, and I said, well, I won't be a non-entity for very much longer, DC. I can assure you of that.
But she doesn't see how dumb she is saying that when she literally titled the stream after you and reads about you this whole time. See, everyone can see that, right? The attic and the bodega are the only people that don't see that. Everyone else is laughing at them because that is they do the same patterns with everybody. Look at those eyebrows. Can you turn her down just ever so slightly? Because
okay,
it's really loud for me.
Is this fine?
Yeah, it should be. The volume for this stream is just louder than the last one.
Okay.
Second of my valuable time looking into such a zero, right?
Oh no.
Now, Negs has done some great footwork, and for that I am extremely grateful. And Negs is going to be doing more streams on this loser because there is one thing about him, no, two things about him that really do merit a closer look. I am just not the person to do it because, like I said, I am extremely lazy, and I decide to focus my attention on topics that I deem to be like universally important, right? Unless it happens to do with specific drama leveled at me or at Negs, which this category is where Russ falls into. Now, Russ has been making a series of videos where he has been extremely insulting, rude, and nasty about both me and Negs. He's done a lot of speculation. And he loves to insert himself into our lives.
Because you two are
and he does this on purpose.
You're the best lol cows
because he is a nobody with no life, no accomplishments, no education. He's not a good-looking person.
No.
He has absolutely nothing to offer the world.
Insult me more.
So the only thing that he can offer up by way of content is going after other people whom he has never met, whose lives he knows nothing about. And that is exactly what he is, and that is exactly what he does. Now,
can you turn her down slightly
he has
again?
Been absolutely determined to get my attention and Eggs' attention. Well, he's gotten our attention.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
So here's the attention you ordered, Russ, and I hope that you enjoy it.
I will.
Now, I wanted to start off with something regarding a woman with whom he has been obsessed for years. And this is a woman named Valentina Lore.
Yeah.
Valentina Lore is a woman with a very troubled history. And Valentina Lore disappeared in March of 2018. Now, Negs was criticized yesterday by a couple of people because these people insist that Valentina has been found and she is alive and well. Where is the source for this information? The source comes from a website called Web Sleuths. All right. My opinion of the true crime community is very, very low. All right.
I'm sure it
Now,
is.
I want to make a distinction between two different types of true crime
Is she
content
gonna say
creators.
these people
One,
are
there's the true
lying
crime
about her
content
being
creator
alive?
that
Is
takes a
that what
look at
she's gonna
closed
say?
cases.
Did
That
you
was the
kill
whole
Valentina,
time.
Russ? Hold on. Did you kill her?
No, I didn't kill her. Oh,
I just wanted to
I
ask.
never even met her.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to ask you. Look, if you killed her, I won't tell anyone. I'm just kidding, Russ. Okay, let's go.
You know what, YTR? If I killed somebody, don't you think I'd be in jail right now?
Yeah, I do.
Don't you think
Also,
I'd be in jail right now?
if you did kill someone, just tell me in DMs, okay? Because I don't want the responsibility of finding that out on live.
No, YTR. What do you think I am? I'm not a killer.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
And does a nice like deep dive or
See, I don't do ops. If I want to know
a
something, I'll just
nice
ask
summary
somebody,
of the
no matter
case
how
for
crazy the
people who may
question
not be
is.
familiar with the specifics of the case. I love watching those videos and I love watching those kinds of TV shows. I am like so many women, I am enthralled. I love watching true crime documentaries. And
you love watching Neg scream at the top of his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you love. It gives you such a thrill. It makes your pussy wet.
I just don't
Gives
buy.
you a
Ew, I don't want to think. Dude, let's be real.
thrill,
That
the
thing isn't wet.
biggest thrill that you have ever had in your life.
Let's be real. That thing is not
Huh?
getting. That thing isn't getting any moisture. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I don't want to think of her having that.
Of course not. Of
I
course
think
not.
of DC like Barbie. There's nothing down there. I don't want to think about it. Okay, it's very disturbing. But
I know YTR. I was joking around.
it
No,
terrifies
like
me.
Hussy
Okay.
says, she is a dusty box.
That I do think it's funny for sure.
Oh,
and I love
Just
watching
think about this, Russ.
it's investigation discovery, and I love watching all those channels and all that.
I don't
When
buy
it
that
comes
she
to the true
watches
crime
those
creators
channels.
who start to think of
I don't
themselves as
either.
investigators, that's where I draw the line. There's been a lot that's been made of the documentary Don't Fuck with Cats. And while, yes, they did eventually help track down the guy who killed the cats and who eventually committed a horrific crime, I salute them for that. But what we also need to remember is that during the course
What
of their
is this
investigation,
tangent?
they isolated or they identified someone who turned out to be the wrong person. And that
Oh,
person
so
ended up
really,
committing suicide because
what does
of
this
the
have to do with
pressure
you, Russ?
and because of the
I
scrutiny that
don't
was
know.
placed on him, where he was not guilty. He was some random guy living in Namibia, of all places. So we can't give those people a ton of credit without also pointing out what they did that was not kosher. All right.
Her
What does
tangents
this
The
really
have to
make
same
do
no
thing
with
with the
sense.
me?
Cecil Hotel documentary. If you guys watch
So
Joe
because
Berlinger's
people have gotten something
brilliant
wrong, this means you
documentary
killed
on
that girl,
Netflix about
Russ.
the
That's what
Cecil
she's
Hotel,
saying.
he takes a very, very dim view of the true crime
I'm
community
very offended by that. Those sweeping
and the way that they inserted
allegations
themselves
with no
into the
proof.
Elisa Lam death and how they spread
Uh-huh.
incorrect information based on a statement that was made by a police officer, I believe during a press conference, where there was a mischaracterization of whether the top on the water tank was found open or closed, which made a huge difference in the way that people looked at that case.
Oh my God, what is
I
she
still
talking
remember
about?
people like
I
Stephanie
don't know.
Harlow reading through autopsy reports. And I remember thinking, Stephanie Harlow is not trained
Can you
to
pause
be
it?
able to interpret an autopsy
Okay.
report.
This is what she does, right? Hello, Christy girl, my sweet. Okay.
Hello, Christy girl.
I do too. And I also love Vicky too. If you're still here, Vicky. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I did say hi, but I couldn't, you know. Okay, so this is what she does. She will make a sweeping judgment. and then she will she'll make a sweeping statement, and there'll be a reason for it. Like right now, it's to defame you. And then what she will do, well, actually, it's to accuse you of a crime that is very serious allegations. And then what she'll do is she will overload the audience, right, with so much shit that has nothing to do with it. She'll go on a tangent. And this is the way she will manipulate, right? She's literally, well, like, because people might get lost in the sauce, because she's been trailing on for how many minutes now about true crime community. This is what she did. She accused Russ of murdering someone that was said to be totally fine, alive. She said because people have gotten things wrong in true crime before, some story, some way, not connected, other people involved, other stories, other people covering them, completely unrelated to Russ or this community or anyone in it, because at some point random things have been wrong about other things. This means that Russ could have killed this girl with no, or woman, sorry, young woman, with young adult. There's no evidence. There's no evidence shown. There's no evidence. There's never any evidence to any of their very serious allegations. And DC, you are very fortunate that a lot of people are not willing to take you guys to court for slander, because you do slander people. That was a very serious allegation. That was a very serious thing that you did to defame his character with no proof. He could literally catalog every subscriber he loses and every dollar he loses from that point on. When was this? 6 months ago?
5 months ago.
5 months ago. He probably could pinpoint loss of subscribers. I don't know. Well, you're not monetized, so that's a little tricky, but still, he could catalog this. Most people can, but most people don't want to deal with court, and you're very fortunate, DC.
They ain't worth taking to court anyway.
I don't know. I felt like that, but it gets ridiculous at some point.
Okay. And they all ran with the wrong information. And that ended up leading to them accusing a man, a musician, who wasn't even in the hotel when Elisa Lam died. And they did exactly to him what the residents of West Memphis did to the West Memphis Three, particularly Damien Eccles. Their only proof was that the guy was a musician who produced music that they thought was creepy and that he looked weird. There was absolutely nothing connecting him to Elisa Lam's death. But they nearly drove that man to suicide as well, because of their false accusations and because of the fact that there was a giant
It's funny how she's doing false accusations toward you, and then she's talking about other people doing false accusations.
So my opinion of the true crime community depends on what kind of true crime these people choose, what kind of coverage these people choose to pursue, whether it's just summaries of closed cases or whether they fancy themselves to be actual investigators, even though they have no training. They run with no proof. They run on speculation.
Those eyebrows, I can't.
And they run on instinct. I'm sorry, but none of you are trained investigators. You are not trained PIs. You are not pathologists. You have zero background. And just because I can read about a case does not make me an investigator. The same thing happened, by the way, here in DC with the snipers, the Washington snipers. There were a bunch of former FBI profilers who went on TV,
You're a conspiracy theorist,
profile that was completely and totally incorrect. None of these people had access to the case file, and they decided that they were going to draw up a profile based on a common profile of the kind of person who may commit such a crime. All right. And the profile was completely incorrect. They said that it was a single white male,
like how you hold on,
driving around shooting all those people, and it turned out it was two.
She's saying that profiling people is wrong. She's gone on this whole tangent in which she accuses people of making false allegations and saying that's wrong. Meanwhile, this tangent was caused to prove her point of making false allegations toward you by bringing up stuff that is not connected. DC, you're a conspiracy theorist. Hate to break it to you, hon. And then now she's talking about that profiling people is wrong. However, her whole base for targeting you is by profiling you, Russ.
Yeah.
All right. Just want to make sure I'm following along.
Blackmail.
Yeah, no, that's what she did. That's the only thing she did here.
Mhm.
Profile me. That was it.
Which is highly, highly unusual in serial killing cases. I will make that concession. But as a result of all these profilers going on TV and making
I think she
assumptions
forgot her own
based on
point at this.
profiles that they drew up without ever looking at the case file, I can tell you, having lived in Washington at that time, people were terrified in DC, absolutely terrified. There was mistaken information about white vans. There was no white van involved in that case. There were assumptions that were drawn up about the Michaels craft store, and there was a connection to Michaels. There was no such connection. The reason that the snipers were shooting around the way they did was because John Muhammad, who was the ringleader, was trying to terrorize his estranged or his ex-wife.
How can anybody be
he drew
subscribed
in
to
Lee
this?
Boyd Malvo, who was involved in a crazy codependent folie à deux relationship with John Muhammad. All right. So Washington basically was paralyzed in fear. And when I say paralyzed in fear, I'm not kidding. People were afraid to go to gas stations.
Girl.
People were afraid to go to strip malls. People were afraid of white vans. Everybody was looking in the wrong direction. So, you were paranoid in Indiana next? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It was terrifying.
Paranoid everywhere.
So when it comes to
Very
crime, when it comes to missing persons,
they really need to, like, if you need to torture anybody in Minecraft, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that I'm not promoting torture, okay? I'm just saying the military should use her videos as a form of torture. Any military, okay? Find her videos.
Oh, yeah.
Sit if you it just like, okay, we've captured somebody and they gotta listen to her drone on and on. It's like, oh my gosh.
That's what she did.
Oh my gosh, Vicky. Serial killers only make up 1% of murders. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just all right.
I'll continue.
Let's go.
I defer to the authorities in those cases, not a bunch of random mongs on YouTube or on Twitter or posting on some website where people fancy themselves to be investigators. You know how I will know that Valentina Lore is alive?
How?
This is how I'll know. I will know when she provides a proof of life.
Oh.
If she appears on the internet holding up a copy of today's newspaper,
Girl, not everyone wants to be on the internet.
then I will know she's alive. I want
5 months later, DC, and still no proof. What are you gonna
do?
What are you gonna do? It's been 5 months and you still have no proof. Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I hopped on here. This is so funny.
It's ridiculous.
She literally said you're a killer. Oh man, this is just so. Look at her eyebrows. I can't get over it. She's like a falcon.
You know what, though? Reminds me of something RSN once said. Oh, but there's proof that I didn't do it. That's right. That's right.
This stream is 5 months ago. This was a stream that she did to slander Russ. This started the hate campaign against him.
Yeah.
And this kicked off everyone just hating Russ for no freaking reason. And that's the thing, guys. I'm not going to just hate somebody because everybody hates them. You know, there was nothing. It's like
I'm
I
not
look at
even
it.
doing nothing to nobody.
Well, and like even any controversies you had, you addressed them, you moved on, just like I have. So when I see that quality in someone else, I admire that. And I'm like, okay, cool. You addressed it, whatever. This kicked off the attic hate campaigning against him. And then they pretend to be his
Yeah.
friend after. And I'm sure Russ was just grateful that they weren't attacking him anymore. And so he decided to let it go, which was so nice, actually. Fuck them. And then they just did it again. Like, ugh,
Yeah,
ugh. I hate. No, nope.
and
I
you
wanted to
know,
do an op. You know what, Russ? I'm gonna admit something.
Negs is still bothered that he don't have me on his side no more. He said earlier, they buy your merch and then they stab you in the back.
Right. I'm gonna admit something. Okay. I wish I would have done an op. I would have gone in there and pulled you and AJ out way sooner. But I'm not that kind of person. People have their agency, their free will. And I didn't know you guys. It's funny how they think, oh, we all knew each other for such a long period of time. I actually didn't. But I did feel like you guys did not belong there. But if people are not ready to see it, that's the issue, right? And the funny thing is, I think back and I'm like, oh, wow, I see what they did to you and what they did. They follow the same patterns. It's so gross. Anyway,
Mhm.
let's just
A proof of life before I concede that that girl is alive. If I don't see it, then I'm assuming that she's gone. All right. I'm
Oh
assuming that
no.
she's dead or she's gone into
wow, that
hiding
is
or
such a
something
sweeping.
else is going on.
Aren't you supposed to
Because
be
anybody can go on the internet and create an account claiming to be the relative of a missing person and say, oh, they've been found and they're alive and
no
well,
one would do that.
and identify
Well,
themselves
some
as
people
the
might, but
brother
not in
of.
this case. Nobody's doing that
YTR,
because
I hate to tell you this, but yeah, there are people that would definitely do that. People are nuts.
yeah, you're right. That does happen. I had to stop myself because when I said it, I was like, actually, no. In the true crime, there are weird things that happen. But I'm just saying, in this case, she's literally saying she needs to come on camera or she's not alive. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you to demand that? Maybe you stay out of it. Okay, has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. And have you ever heard of Deity? I remember when he was reviewing Nader, Foodie Beauty's ex-boyfriend, one time.
Mm-hmm.
He said to Nader, because nobody owes you the time of day, you dirt monster. No one.
Hey, Gail. Oh yes, Chrissy Girl says that was so funny today when that video he was reviewing was deleted as he was reviewing it twice. Oh, I love that
Oh
for him.
yeah.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
Valentina don't owe DC or anyone else the time of day.
Yes.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Valentina Laura. I don't know who that person is. That person could be anybody. All right. The same thing with internet or social media accounts that pop up with an AVI that shows that person's face or claiming to be that person. I have been impersonated on social media. Anybody
Yeah, and
anybody can do that.
She's not
Anybody
wrong
can do
there.
that. So
yeah,
I'm
I mean I
sorry,
have
Oh
misjudgmental.
yes,
I think that you should
misjudgmental.
stick to stealing my content and
Oh my
Nexus.
gosh, I still miss her so much. I wish her
who?
channel never got deleted.
Who?
Misjudgmental.
Oh, I
She
didn't
used
know
to
her.
re-upload Negs and DC streams a lot, and she had her channel taken down.
Maybe we should become archivers, like have a channel and just a throwaway channel and just upload them as private, and then when we need them we can share them. Nah, too much work.
Yeah. Everybody coming in, don't forget to leave a like.
Yes, thank you guys for coming.
Content. When it comes to identifying a missing person and saying that they're alive, I'm afraid that you did not read through the entire thread on Web Sleuths. Okay? You
Oh
didn't read through the
no.
entire thread.
She looks so
So
awful.
How do you
again,
know that
if you want to
she
prove to
How do you know that she didn't read it?
Yeah, she doesn't.
She don't know. She don't know that. Now, I was rarely, if ever, close with Miss Judgmental when she had a channel. I mean, we talked maybe a few times. It wasn't really like we were the best of friends or anything, but I was cool with her and she was nice to me. But how can you make an assumption like that, DC? You don't know this person.
It's okay, Gail. We're just talking shit. You don't have to know all the lore.
She
Basically,
doesn't know anything about
Gail, basically, they just hate
Miss
Campaign
Judgmental.
Russ.
How do you know for a fact that Miss Judgmental never read the threads at all? How do you know that? You don't. And what is it, YTR?
Sorry, you cut out on my end a little, and I didn't hear. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Russ.
No, it's okay. But what I was trying to say is, how does she know that Miss Judgmental didn't read the threads?
Oh, yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah.
Of course she wouldn't. She's sitting here making assumptions now. When Miss Judgmental had a channel, I wasn't close with her that much. We talked here and there a few times, but that was it. And everybody wanted to act like we were the best of friends because she had a soft spot for me and she felt bad for me. No, that was never the case. I barely spoke to her. And it's a real fucking shame that she lost her channel.
And you know what they always say? You know what they always say about you that's a lie that I can vouch for?
What?
They always make you sound like you blow up people's phones and all this shit. Like, you don't do that. Like, if you get a message, you respond to it. Or like if you're asked or what, like the other person initiates and you like interact with that. You don't overly DM me or anything. Like none of
I
the
barely message people.
Yeah. And I don't mind DMing with you. I don't care. But I'm just saying, like, initially, before we even really talked, it took me initiating.
Well, there were, you know what?
There
were some instances. I think the thing with that was there were some instances with when I was close with Bridget, when I was cool with Bridget, I would talk to her quite a lot, and maybe that's why, because I was talking to Bridget a lot.
But in my opinion, it's different when you're already friends. Like, I wouldn't really care. Like, I'm not saying, oh, I have to only initiate every conversation with you, but I'm just saying you don't blow my phone up like that. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
we're on terms where we hit each other up, but we're not like, it's like they're trying to make you sound right that you're like you're inappropriate in some way, and you haven't done any of that. Oh, I just turned my phone on something. My bad.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll continue.
Yeah.
To me that girl is alive, then I need to see a picture of her with a proof of life. If I do not see a picture of her with a proof of life, then I'm going to make the assumption that the girl is dead or that she has gone into deep hiding.
Of course,
that's how I roll.
I can't with this. So because someone you barely knew decided to not be around, this means you killed them. Like, am I getting this? Like, how does she do this? Sorry, go ahead.
I have no idea.
I'm just blown away. Oh, look, Chrissy Girl said, "Dang, Russ, you done 2,000 subs! Yay! Yes, congrats."
Oh yeah, I did. It went up out of nowhere.
Twitter? Did you share this on Twatters?
On my stream? No, I didn't.
You got to start doing that, Russ. You got to put your links up there. Yeah, you'll get more people in your live streams. I shared
the other one we did, but not this one.
Well, I don't even just mean with us, but I just mean like it's good to share your links on there just to get, you'll get more engagement that way. Yeah, not everyone gets the notifications. They really suck. I get them for you sometimes, but sometimes I don't. It's like I have it turned on, but it depends. But
I'm honestly too lazy to do it right now. So
oh my gosh,
I'm tired.
All right, fine.
run around casting aspersions on Negs or on myself, then improve your reading skills, as Negs would say. That's it. And for
Improve
you
your
to
reading
guys, for
Your
you
skills.
guys to just
comprehension
write
skills,
off this
DC.
RUSS weirdo, oh well, you know, he's harmless. How do you know he's harmless? How do you know that? I tend to take a very dim view of people who lie as pathologically as this person does.
Mhm.
The good citizens of a district on Long Island elected a man to Congress named George Santos, who has
Oh,
lied
here we go.
about every
Another
single
spaz
aspect of his life.
Oh yeah.
Everything
tangent.
about his biography has turned out to be false. Every single thing that he presented as a fact about his work history, his family history, his background, everything has proven to be a lie. Everything.
Because another
It's
man
almost like we
lied, you
elected,
are
we didn't, I
too.
didn't vote for the fucker, but it's almost like these people elected the talented Mr. Ripley to Congress. So who knows? Maybe Russ has a future as a congressman. It
Hell
seems
no,
like
I ain't never
nowadays
running
nobody
for
gives a
How does she
Congress.
even
if you
do
lie
this?
about your entire background, they'll vote you into office anyway. Nobody cares about truth or honesty or being forthcoming. It seems like it doesn't matter anymore.
Whatever, DC.
So, again, misjudgmental, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know and just continue stealing content because that seems to be all you know how to do. All right. And by the way, I read
That's not
through
all
the
she
comment
knew how to
section
do.
of the video that she stole of mine, my recent Rumble stream about Jeffrey Marsh, and exactly what I
Girl, you
said
made your
was
content
happening
off
happened.
Foodie.
People
Shut
were
up
more
about
focused
that.
on my
Shut up
personal
about
appearance
reactors.
or on my vaping or on my dogs than they were in what I was saying in the video. And that is exactly the problem. And that is why we find ourselves in the situation that we're
Yes, Christy girl, that's what she's doing.
And I understanding this right, is she accusing? Yeah,
She
that's what
is.
she did.
She did multiple times in just this bit that we've been reacting to.
He's a murderer. He's a rapist. He's a sex addict.
She
This,
doesn't
that, and
have
the
proof
third.
of any of this. And these are
in now.
big allegations.
People don't want to confront ugly realities and ugly truth, and they don't want to face what has happened with Jeffrey Marsh, or indeed what is facing the problems that children are facing in these clinics. They'd rather attack the
Oh
messenger.
my
Now,
god,
look,
this
I'm
has
used to
nothing
it,
to
okay,
do with
because of
this
what I did for a living
stream.
for 30 years. People who work in the press are used to people commenting on what you're wearing, what you look like,
Then why are
the
you
state
so
of your
weak?
marriage, whether or not you're single, whether or not you're gay. I mean, all of those things. That is what people focus on because they don't like what we are saying.
All right, can you pause it?
So you keep on hiding your head in the sand if you want to, and I'm going to keep on saying what I need to say.
Need I remind
Hiding
people?
our heads in the sand.
This is somebody that, yeah, she did do other content on her channel besides Foodie, but we all know that she built her channel reacting to Foodie, okay? Which I don't care. It's public. A lot of people do it. However, it's important to note because this woman is a weakling. She can't handle anyone reacting to her. Like the things that some people have said aren't even as mean as the shit that she says about other people. And it's like, you know, if you have a channel, you're going to be reacted to at some point. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't annoy me sometimes because they lie so freaking much and the lies are very like deep rooted like we're seeing with this stream here. So it annoys me on that level. When it comes to their opinion based stuff, I don't care. But they make such allegations that are so damaging. And then she's going to sit here and cry about the most minute, because the things that she's mentioned in this stream that people critiqued her of, they don't compare to the allegations she's making in the stream towards someone else.
Yeah.
And she loses her muffin top over it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very much there. I mean, never mind. Go ahead, Russ.
What needs to be said on my channel about weirdos and predators and stalkers and people who are harming children and people who are harming entire communities.
Yeah, I'm a stalker.
If you all want to
remember,
continue ignoring
Russ?
that, then by all means continue to do so. I am not going to ignore it, and Next isn't going to ignore it.
Well,
Am I stalking you, Russ? Am I a
That's how that
stalker?
works.
No, you're not.
Dang it, I thought you were gonna say yes,
Okay.
because that would have been funny.
No,
Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that.
don't be ridiculous. You don't stalk anybody.
So if you want to continue ignoring the very real problem of child predators
This
and of
is nothing.
children being medicated
Oh my
and gay
God.
children going through extreme conversion therapy and gay children, gay boys being castrated and gay girls going through operations that they don't need, then by all means do so. But I cannot relate. All right.
Look, I don't get triggered by political talk, but you should have it separate from a random stream about someone. You know, like
Anyway,
it shouldn't all be
so
hodgepodge
what is it about
together.
RUSS? What is it about RUSS?
Okay,
Well, like I
exactly.
said, I take a very dim view of pathological liars. Now,
Uh-huh.
obviously, Russ's problem
She's a
is
liar,
that he
though.
craves attention. But the problem with people like Russ is that they are so spineless and weak that they
I'm
want
spineless and
attention, they
weak.
crave
You hear
attention,
that?
they go on the attack, and when they get the attention they crave, they cry about it. They want to cry victim.
Mm.
No,
Sorry,
you
Russ,
don't.
it doesn't work that fucking way. All
They
right.
don't know what.
Um,
I don't like when
the
people
way it
misuse
works
the
is as
word
follows.
victim,
You
because
go
I
out,
don't
you
feel like
attack
you, me, or
people, you
AJ
insult
wanted to
them,
be seen as
and
that
you
at
do it
all.
over and over and over again. And those people may decide that it's time to respond in kind. And if they respond in kind, you cannot go around from chat to chat to chat, from community to community, claiming that you are under assault and that you are being victimized when you were the one who threw the first stone. Period. That's how that works.
All right,
Bitch, you
sure.
stepped into the fucking octagon, and now
Oh, the
you're really
octagon.
sad
Oh
that
my
people are
God.
hitting back. Well, tough. All right. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to come after us. Nobody openly
You're right.
provoked
Nobody
you. We
did.
just thought you
Dang,
were a
I wish
loser.
we
We
would have
laughed
known
at
each
you a couple
other
of times. Big
more
fucking deal.
sooner, because we could have just tag team reacted from the start. That would have been fun, huh?
She's right. Nobody asked me. Nobody told me to go after them. I did it in defense of Hussey.
Also, like, she's
It's the
just,
only reason any of this started.
but also, like, you can. They're public figures. That's the other thing. They keep crying about, don't come for Clear, don't come for Ron. You both were YouTubers that got together. They both were public figures. I mean, now they're has-beens. They barely get anything, whatever, whatever. But they had built, people know who they are. So it's not the same as a couple. Say there's a couple where there's someone that's not a public figure. Like if you had a girlfriend, it would be different, because she would be, if someone attacked her, she wouldn't be out here. So that would be a breach, right? A safety breach. With this, it's literally like both of them were public figures. People are going to have opinions. She literally made hit pieces on Negs. Dare I say, I mean, she was one of the biggest voices about him back then.
It would be a lot different if my girlfriend was a public figure, because they'd be going after her and asking her all kinds of questions.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just giving an example, you know, like I'm just giving an example, you know, it's like they both cry about when people talk about each one of them, and it doesn't work because they were both public figures and YouTubers and have a history of being on here. And it's super funny because she sat there and did streams on Negs, and then she has the audacity to wonder why some of her supporters listened to those streams and thought there was value in some of the points she made. I'm not going to say my whole opinion about Negs is based on watching those hit pieces, because I had my own opinion from my own mind. But I will say the audacity of her to like bring people together in that way and then condemn them for it later, especially from things during that timeline. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. I hope you see this. She will. You suck. You fucking suck. Okay. I should have abandoned you when you announced that you were dating him. Okay, hold on. I want to leave her a little message. I should have abandoned you when you came out with dating him. I wanted to, and I didn't, because I do believe that people are their own people. And obviously, you know, watching someone doesn't give me entitlement toward their life or anything, because I'm not a psycho like a lot of the people you surround yourself with. I do understand attachment with creators, and I thought, she's a grown woman, whatever. but I didn't like the idea. I didn't do anything because it wasn't my fucking business. And then you
Yes.
sit here and you see something and you say, how dare you have made this da 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 da. What the fuck do you think I apologized to in an open public chat toward Next? What do you think that apology was for? He said it was fine. No one remembers that. That was before the email. No, I said, oh, I just said like, yeah, you get, what did I say? Like, I don't remember, but it was generalized, but it was just kind of like, people are really harsh with you. And I see that now and whatever. It was an anecdotal thing to say, hey, if I've said anything, my channel was so minuscule at the time, I didn't think they'd have seen it or whatever. And so, but I did say, hey, I misjudged you. And that was me saying that in good faith, giving benefit of the doubt because time had passed from the things I'd seen that he had done. And I did that just to have humanity. And how dare someone do that out here, right?
Yeah.
It's like how people are talking about the chat with MFW. How dare I treat her like a person? Did I like that she said, oh, you're my bitch? No. But what would arguing with her on that point do for me? I was there to get something done. I got it done. I don't give a shit about people's opinion about it because at the end of the day, my channel was at risk. I feel like the chat turned out, it de-escalated. It went well overall, and I accomplished what I set out to accomplish. Why would I listen to people's opinions who literally like who can't accomplish that? People act like if you have any positive traits, like it's a weak thing. Like, oh, if you're nice to people, if you show a little humanity or empathy at any point, they say you're weak, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I don't have to be an attack dog. I don't have to do the tactics that they do in that community and carry them with my channel. I don't need to run my channel like these people. The moves I make are for me. I'm not doing them to impress creators. I'm not doing them to impress people. I'm doing them because they're for the best in the long run, in the bigger picture.
Correct.
And well, there was a tangent I went on, but anyways.
You want me to keep going?
Oh yeah, Russ. Just keep her playing.
People are being mean to you. Wait until a group of people decide to start contacting your job and smearing you. Wait until a group of people openly fucking stalk you. Wait until you've got people out there openly soliciting private information about non-combatants in your life. Wait until that happens. Then maybe you can cry, or maybe not. Wait until people go after your kids or after your family.
You know why they're
or
so
after your
mad?
loved
Because
ones, or vandalize your property.
we don't have traditional jobs
or
that they
openly
can get us
brag about
fired
stuff.
from, and we don't have kids. That's why they're mad, because we don't have traditional jobs and we don't have children that they could attack, because those are the exact tactics. It's the same thing she's bitching about is exactly what they do in the attic.
It's also because we're younger than they are, and you know how people in their age ranges feel about younger people.
Yeah, that's true, Christy girl. That's another reason why I didn't want to be aggressive, because, it could be de-escalated, but if you go in there, Cole's hot and she's feeling buzz, it wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, you can't fuck with MFW when she's drunk.
No. And I wouldn't even want to be honest. I mean, that's the other thing. That whole concept that I was to expose her, that was propaganda perpetuated by the attic. I never came out here saying I'm going to expose her. I never came out here like that was my goal. I watch her. I react to her. We have a spot to hang out. It's just like any other reaction community. I don't know why people don't get that. It's like how the Foodie Beauty reactors have different degrees of severeness. Not all of them are level 10, right? Same shit applies here.
Openly threaten to harm you, then maybe we can have a conversation. But you know what?
You don't do conversations,
whatever.
bitch.
He
You
is
don't.
dying. He is dying for somebody to take him to court. He is
No.
dying for somebody to
What?
speak out or threaten him or do something like that because the guy has no life. He is a nobody. He is a nobody. And
Oh,
this to him is the biggest thrill that he has gotten in his entire life, except for the times that he was stalking this Valentina girl and he invented a relationship with her out of whole cloth. Let me tell you something, Russ. Never in my entire life, and as you like to point out, I am significantly older than you are.
yes, you
Never
are.
in my entire life have I
Yes,
ever
she
seen a
is.
man step forward and lie about being accused of rape. I have never seen this before. Usually, it's
Actually, she's friends
fake
with
victims
RSN,
who
so
like
she
to come
was
forward and
definitely in
lie
tandem
about
with
being
this
assaulted
before.
or
Well,
lie
well,
about
yeah.
being raped and try to ruin somebody's life.
You were
That
friends with the
that we
rapist,
have
allegedly.
that we have seen all too often. But I have never seen a man try
Hey,
to
keep pausing.
victimize himself
I'm
by
sorry, Russ.
pretending that he was accused of rape. Now, there have been some very interesting confessions that he has made on his channel
Oh, really? Like
about how
that?
evidently somebody did accuse him of something, but they
Oh,
talked it out. Okay, sure, that's how that works.
What about with RSN, DC? How do you
And
feel
what
about
was all
that?
that? What was that story
yeah.
about you going to a bus
She
stop and being
she
approached by
excused
the
the whole
police
Amber
saying that
thing.
they had already done what, a rape kit or a DNA test or something? These lies, look, people reveal